Hello everyone, welcome to Java tutorial lesson 4. Last week I talked about variable types in Java, string, integer and double variables, and how to use them. And I show you how to declare and initialize variable, and I show you what you can do with different types of variable and what you cannot do. For example, you can store integer variable in double variable. Sorry, integer data in double variable, but you cannot store double data in an integer variable. Then I show you rules for naming variables and convention in naming a variable. Now, to remind you, these are the rules for naming a variable. As you can see, variable names must begin with a letter or an underscore character and cannot contain spaces. And the only punctuation mark or character permissible inside the name is an underscore. So I will show you an example. Also, variable names cannot be one of the Java reserved or keywords. So as you can see, these are legal variable names. You can name your variable in this way, but these are illegal names. This starts with a figure, a space. This is a keyword. This is not acceptable, full stop. This is also a keyword. This is not acceptable, semicolon. This is not acceptable, hyphen. Then, and I mentioned something about naming your variable. Follow the convention. It's not compulsory, but try to follow it. One, start your class name with capital letter. As we have been done lesson 1, always start with what? Capital letter. If you start with a small letter, it's also permissible, but always follow the convention. Start your class name with capital letter. Start all your variable names or identifier names with what? Small letter. For example, age, start with small letter, and so on. Start your method name. We're going to be looking at method later in the tutorial, but always start your method name with also small letter. As you can see, calculate, solve, get, and set. Class name with multiple words. For example, if we have class name with multiple words, start each word with what? Capital letter. For example, temperature conversion, word processor, hourly rate. Start each word with what? Capital letter. If we have variable name with multiple words, start the first word with what? Small letter, and subsequent ones with what? Capital letter. For example, big value, your name. So always follow this convention. Also, we have method name with multiple words. Follow this rule. Rule 5. Start the first word with what? Small letter, and subsequent word with what? Capital letter. As you can see, get color, and so on. So the difference between method and variable name is that methods always come with what? Parentheses. Open and close parentheses. We are going to be talking about method later. Now today we are going to be looking at simple string operation. I'm going to be telling you what are string variables. Although I've explained it in the last lesson, but I'm still going to expatiate on it. String concatenation. How to join something with another string. Then we're going to be looking at length method of the string class. We're going to be looking at substring methods. Then we're going to look how to convert or how to change from lowercase to uppercase. Then we're going to be looking at what we call escape sequences. Then we're going to try particular assignments. I told you last week that string variables are used to store string data. Now, before we proceed, let me create a new file. We'll come here, then start your class name with what? Capital letter. Let me say lesson 4. Then locate the particular folder we created in lesson 1. Java program. Okay. Then click finish. You're going to see lesson forward.java. Now, string variables are used to store something in quotes. String starts with capital letter S. For example, you can say string SS is equals to welcome. Now, this is an example of string data stored in what? String variables. We have a lot of string. So far, we put them inside the quotation mark. You can have this. So say is string data. Let's start by creating a class. Public class lesson 4. Always make sure that the class name is the same as your file name. Lesson 4. Now the main method. I showed you last week how to create the main method from jQuery. Now, example of a string I showed you last lesson. I say string my name is equals to, don't forget the semicolon. Now, as you can see, string data is being stored in what? String variable. This is a variable name. It has a multiple word. I start the first word with what? Small letter, and subsequent word with what? Capital letter. So my name now points towards this string data, anything in quotation mark. Now you can print out what is inside your variable. Run it. You're going to see what is stored in my name. Now look at it. Abibja got printed. Anything you put, even if you remove the space in between Abib and Ja, as you can see, no space between them. Space is also space that is written inside the quotation mark is also what? String data. Now the second agenda for today is string concatenation. What is a string concatenation? It's a process of joining another string or data to another string variable. For example, let's say I have this string variable, my name. Then I can concatenate the two and store it in a string, another string variable. My name. We use plus sign, addition sign for concatenation. I can add it to another string data. Then I can print out the total. Now this is the result. We have concatenated this string data to the variable name. You can concatenate two strings together, or two string variable, or two string data together. Now here is an example of string data with what? String variable. Let me show you another example. Let's print out C. As you can see, hello world is stored in what? C. As you can notice, as we notice, there's no space between hello and the word, but you can create artificial space in between them. Look at the space here. So this is an example of concatenating string data with another string data. This is string data with string variable. Now let me concatenate string variable with another string variable. Now let me print out cf. As you can see, this is a variable, this is another variable. You can see this is c and this is what? The total. No space in between them. You can create an artificial space by concatenating another string data, which is empty space. This is string variable, this is string data, which is space, empty empty string data with another variable, string variable. Now let me print it out. You're going to see this space printed. As you can see, this is C, this is the space in between here. You can also concatenate inside printout statements. Now let's print. So this is the result. Hello footballer. Look at the space here. So this is an example of concatenating string data in print out statements. You can also concatenate a string variable with an integer variable or double variable. This is a string variable from. Now let's create an integer variable. Now in your printout statements, you can concatenate them. If you want to add a space, don't forget it here. No error. As you can see, how old are you? 27. Here we've concatenated integer variable with what? String variable. So if you concatenate any data type with string data, then you're going to get string results. That's why we're having this. So if you want to store them, you can only store the results this in a string variable. For example, we say string result is equals to from plus, you can leave a space if you like, plus age. Then you can print out the results. The same thing. As you can see, you can also concatenate with double variable. The results will be string variable. So that's about concatenation. The next agenda for today is length method. What is a length method? Method will be treated extensively in the later lesson, but string has a particular method called length that is used to count the number of character in a string data. For example, if you want to know the number of character in this string my name, you can do it like this in your printout statements. You write the variable name or the data my name dot, you put the period, then you type length. If you are using JCreator, it will help you to write it. So let's print this 10. So the number of character in this variable is 10. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Notice this space got counted too because it's part of string data. Now to store this value in a variable, you're going to store it in what? Integer variable. For example, you say int total is equals to my name dot length. Then you can print total. you have the same thing. Also, you can directly count the number of character in a string data. For example, you can say int len is equals to, you can put your name to count them, but notice the space will get counted to len. Let's see the results. I'm having error here. So what is the error? Okay, this is, I'm trying to store string data in an integer variable, which is wrong. Dot length. Okay, so this will create an integer value which is stored in len. You can see 14. Let's count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. 14, that's the number of character in this string data. So that is how to use the length method. Don't forget, I told you that methods has parentheses. Some might have data written inside them, some might not. So length method, don't need to put anything in the parentheses. Just leave it like that. Write your variable name or string data, then add the period, then write the length method with parentheses. That's how to use the length method. Then the next one we'll be looking at is the substring method. Substring methods are of two types. Substring are used to extract some part of string. For example, if you want to extract only this from this string data, you can use the first type of substring. The second type, you want to specify where you want to start and where to end. The first type, you can only specify where to stop. Second one, you specify where to start and where to end. So this is how to go about it. And once it returns a value, you normally store it in what? String variable, or you print it out directly because it is a string that will be returned. This is how to do it. Let's say string path is equals to my name dot substring. Now this substring, small letter is because it's a method also. So if I put 4, now let me print out the parts. So this is an error because of the semicolon. Don't forget to put it. Process completed. Now as you can see, eb ja. This 4 specify where to what, where to start. If you count it, we have now, if you are counting for substring, you use index. So the first index of a string is what? Is 0. So this h will be 0 1 2 3 4. So you start from e, this second e, then you print, it will print to the end of the string data. That's why we're having eb space jar 4. If you put 0, it will start from index 0. That means it's going to print everything in this variable. As you can see, a big jar. You can try as many as you can put. Now let's assume we put 9, which is not part of the index. Okay, we still have r. Okay, 9, this is the 9th index. Now let's put 10. So nothing got printed because there is no index 10 in this variable name. So that's how to use the first substring. The second substring accepts two parameters inside this parentheses, where to start and where to stop. If I write 2 comma 6. 2 start from index 2 then end before index 6. Now let's check it. Now as you can see, B E E B, let's count 0 1 2. It will start from this second index, which is B, then it will count towards 6 2 3 4 5. Space is the sixth, but it will print before the space. Now let me put 9 here. Let's see what we have. As you can see, we stop at A. It stops at A. We have 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now before the 9, before the ninth character, so it will stop. So that's why we're having JA as the last printed. So this is how to use the second type of substring. So if you want to get any parts or any character from a string, use substring method. The next one is how to convert from lowercase to uppercase. Also, it will return string data, so you need to store them in string variable. Now let me use this my name also, my name variable. Now if you want to, let's assume I want to convert all this to uppercase, which is capital letters. Just put the period, then write to uppercase. Uppercase. Now let me print parts. As you can see, it converts this string data towards capital letters. That's how to use write to uppercase. Then to convert to small letter, you type to lowercase. String part 2. Since I've already written part 1, I cannot declare the same variable name again. Part 2 is equals to my name dot to lowercase. To lowercase. Look at the way they write their method. First word starts with small letter, subsequent word starts with what? Capital letter. So the difference between method and variable name, method name and variable name is that method always end with what? Parentheses. Now let me print part 2. So as you can see, small letter. It converts everything here towards small letter. So to convert to capital letter, you add period, then to uppercase method, to lowercase method to convert to small letters. That's about capital letter and small letters. Now the last agenda for today is escape sequence. Now what are escape sequence? Now let's assume that you have this string data inside the quotation mark. What if you want to print this quotation mark? This. Now let me print out what we have. What we are going to get. If you try to print this, you are going to have error, as you can see, because it only treats this as string data and this is nothing, because we don't have anything here. So to print this out, we call some characters escape, and these are common escape sequence. Later in this lesson, I will show you all the escape sequences we have. So the first one is, before you write any escape sequence, you write backslash. Now you need to insert backslash before this quotation mark in order to print this quotation mark. Now let's print it. As you can see, we have the quotation mark printed. So this backslash is called escape sequence. So that's the first one, backslash then double quotation mark. Also, you can use it to print single quotation mark also. As you can see the results. Now the next one is to print using one print statement to print on 2 lines or multiple lines. And this is how to do it. You insert the backslash, then you write letter N, small letter N. If you print this, you're going to have the results on the 2 lines above and the next line there on the next line. Now you can use it to print on multiple lines. Let's assume you still have, want to print on another line, you want to print on another line, you want to print on another line, and so on. Just insert slash N. As you can see, using one print statement to print on in multiple lines. So you use backslash N for double quote, backslash double quotation, single quote, backslash single quotation, multiple lines, backslash N, and so on. Now, what if we need to print that backslash? For you to print the backslash, you add another backslash. So here you're going to print out only one backslash, like this. As you can see, backslash to print out. If you leave only one, it won't print anything. As you can see, this is an error. So for you to print a backslash, you add another backslash. So this is the result. Then the next escape sequence I will show you today is tab. For example, if you want to tab between these two words, this and this, write backslash small letter T, backslash T, backslash T. When you run this, you're going to see a tab in between the two words. You can have multiple tabs. Just insert backslash T, another tab, and so on. As you can see the result here. You can also insert word after this. Let's print this. So this is single tab, and this is like 1, 2, 3. These are like 3 tabs. So to print any character in this first column, for example this, you insert a backslash before the character as shown in the second column. So this backslash B means backspace, backslash T means tab as shown earlier, backslash N means new line or line break, backslash R carriage return, and so on to print double quotation mark, single quotation mark, or backslash itself. So our assignment. Now you write a code in which a string variable S, the name is string variable S, and you insert this, you initialize this data, string data in it. Then you create another integer variable called value. You input this data in it. Then you can concatenate these two variables into a string called report. Then you print out. So your printout should look as follows. The number of rabbits is 129. Notice this period. We want it to print after the 9. That's the first question. The second question is, what is the output of system.out.println p dot to uppercase if p is this? Write code that will assign the value of this to string this, then you print it out with nothing but small letters. What will be the value of C in this following code? What will be the value of C here? What is the value of count in this code? Write code that will look at the number of characters in this code. String M is equals to look here. Then print look here as 10 characters. Notice these two quotation mark. You have to force it to print. Int, use length method to print the 10. You must also force the two quotes to print. How would you print the following? All good men should come to the aid of their country. We're talking about this. Write code that will produce the following printout using only a single prints ln method. Write code that will produce the following printout. What is the output by the following code? Which character is at the 5th index of this string? Int string starts with 0 index, so you count 0, 1, and so on. Now this question 11, this is string stored in PQ. Now this method calculates the length of the characters in this string and stored it in HM variable. Then this string stores part of this variable by using this method substring. Then it subtracts 4 from the result of this, then it print out ed. So what will be the value of this ed when printed out? Try it on the J creator. So this will be the end of lesson 4 of the tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please give a like and subscribe to our channel for more lessons. If you have any comments, question, or you need help, please drop your comments below. Thanks for watching.